Here we're given an equation and we're asked what are the zeros to this equation. They just want us to solve for m. They want to know what are the solutions. So this equation has a fraction. Before I start solving, I always like to get rid of the fraction. There's a couple ways you can do it. I like to just change it to a decimal. 3 divided by 4 is 0.75. So I can just do that. Or if you prefer, you can multiply the whole equation by some number to get rid of the fraction. And that number is the denominator. I can multiply this whole thing by 4, because if you take 3/4 and you multiply it by 4, which is like 4 over 1, if you multiply across, you get 12 over 4, which is the same as 3. The key is you can't just multiply 3/4 by 4. You have to multiply everything on the right side of the equation and the left side of the equation by that same number. Now there's a couple of different ways you can solve it, different orders you can take. I like to move all my variables over to one side. So I'm going to move this minus 8m to the left side by doing the opposite, the inverse of subtracting 8m. I'm going to add 8m to both sides. Because minus 8m plus 8m is 0, and when I add 8m on the left side, notice that I'm combining it with the 12m. Because these are the ones that are like terms. That's how I got the 20m. And then you have your plus 3. Now to get m by itself, I need to move everything away from the m. I like to always move what's added or subtracted first. So to move that plus 3, I do the opposite, the inverse, and I subtract 3 from both sides. Because plus 3 minus 3 is 0, and now we have 20m equals 25. So 20 is smushed up against the m. That means that we are multiplying by 20. So to undo that, we divide by 20. Because 20 divided by 20 is 1, so we have m equals whatever 25 divided by 20 is. So I'm just going to put that into my calculator, and I get 1.25. So you can put your answer on the state test as a decimal. You can also put it as a fraction. They'll take either one.